my garden. I was so excited to hear from all of you guys, all the messages. It was really, really nice to get connected with you. It was so much fun. I realized how much I missed doing this while I was in the US. I kind of paused a little bit, but it was really nice. I missed all of you guys. So anyway, today what I'm going to do, it's all about roses. I have a couple of roses that I bought from the grocery store just recently, and it was really, really good price. It was about €6, around €6, and I was, I just couldn't pass that. And many of you guys know I've had lots of David Aston roses, and some of them I really adore, and I'd like to maybe have a couple more this year. We'll see. Especially, I'm worried because some of their really good varieties are kind of going away, and I haven't seen the really good new ones that I really was that interested, or maybe they're just working on it. I'm not sure, but I love their older varieties. I know for the like a Monster Wood is no longer available, and I'm worried that some of the my favorite ones also will not be available soon. So I think I might need to get Bascabel, which is a really beautiful one. I have one. I really enjoyed the flowers last year. I might just group them. And then also, I really love their Lady Gardener. I have one, and I think I'm going to add a few more. It's white, creamy white with a beautiful apricot centers, and it bloomed really well. It was very healthy. It was upright. It wasn't very, how should I say, kind of going everywhere. Really leggy or anything. Really like them. So I'm going to probably get a couple of more of those just so I can have them in the garden. But I think now, since I have lots of David Austin ones, I'd like to add more hybrids into the garden, especially in this area because as you know, we had lots of trees here. It was kind of a woodlandy. And now, since we removed trees, I have a lot more sun, and hopefully I can get a few more roses in this area here. And the reason why I'm going back to hybrid teas a little bit because they really hold very well as a cut flowers. Also, I realized that David Aston roses are really nice, but they do drop their petals very quickly when I take them home. They just don't have a long life in a vase as a cut flower. So, but I have been enjoying to cut some flowers for inside and for decorating in a vase, etc. And so I decided I need to go back to hybrid teas a little bit because I realized that they hold a lot longer in a vase. So I found this really beautiful hybrid tea, and I don't have these colors in the garden. I have some reds. Lots of them are very mellow colors because I gravitate towards the mellow colors a lot more than the really dark colors, but I do love darker colors. So I decided I don't have hot pink color, so I'm going to add a hot pink, and this one is called Creation or Création in French. And this one, let's see, it's not supposed to get super big, although, okay, so it's going to be 90 centimeter high. It's almost a meter high. So basically, um, and other problem with hybrid teas in my garden, because I'm in a warmer area, they get really big. They have that tree effect almost, and it's kind of difficult for them to tame. For me to keep them tamed down. As you can see, they're woody parts. Like for example, this one here, it's really beautiful, and you can see I just pruned it, and but you can see how strong the woody parts are of the shrub. So I can't. Sometimes I'm thinking, can I even? If any of you guys know, maybe you guys can let me know. Also, do you trim them farther down when they have such a strong shrubby, like a woody part of the rose? I'm kind of worried about going down too far of that area. But let me know if how you guys prune your roses. Do you prune just like this and kind of let that part be and keep it about this height, or do you go down completely? So anyway, but that's the kind of a problem for me. They just get almost like a tree trunk looking wooden. I didn't have this issue in Colorado. They always stayed really green and smaller, kind of more like you can see For example, these roses here, but some of them can get this way, and they're not very old. They're only, maybe 2, 3 years old. So anyway, let me know. It's kind of, I was curious about that. And then I have second rose that I'm going to plant, and I purchased this in one of our grocery stores again. This is a pink variety hybrid tea, and it's called Rose Queen Elizabeth. And I've seen this in a catalog quite a few times. I've heard really good things about this particular rose, and and I thought, I'd like to try it. I know this is going to be a little taller um, tree, taller rose bush, but I'm hoping that maybe I can have lots of cut flowers for the vase as well. So anyway, I have two of these roses to plant. And then today I'm going to trim one of my climbing roses, and I can show you. I think I've done lots of videos of the pruning of the climbing roses. Climbing roses are I was very intimidated, like I should say, in the beginning of the time when I was just getting into growing climbing roses, and I was not really understanding how to clearly train them, etc. But the best thing to do if you are intimidated, you just need to start and then learn how to do it. You start working on it, and then it will all comes together. It's not hard at all. The biggest things you need to know about them, which I will show you, not to touch the lateral main canes, and then just prune um, all the shoots that are starting to form over the cane, and really that's the principle. And if you don't like any of the canes, just remove them. So that's as easy as that. But we'll go ahead and get that done. Also, I have some fertilizer here that we just got. It's time for me to go ahead and start fertilizing the roses. I'm not going to do all of it in a video because I have hundreds some roses in this garden alone, and it's going to take me all day to just fertilize the rose. So what I'll do is go around, maybe just in my formal rose garden, fertilize them, and then you can see that. Then we'll go into something else, and then I'll do the rest, afterwards. Otherwise, George will be here all day with the camera. So let's go around and get this fertilizer down for the roses first, and then we'll kind of start going around and getting other stuff done. Oh, but first, I don't want to forget to show you guys my hellebores. I have beautiful hellebores that are blooming right now, and some daffodils. I really wanted to show them in my last video, but for some reason it's been a while since I've been back and trying to do video, and it just left me, so I forgot to show you. But let's go this way. I wanted to show you the hellebores. They are really pretty right now, and I'm sorry for my hose, because again, if many of you guys know, we did lots of changes here. We removed the holder. We need to have some kind of a holder, I'm thinking, on a wall. We're still trying to figure it out what would be the best, but it has to be mounted here in order for me to pick up the hose. But hopefully we can get that done soon, and I don't have to apologize every time in my video. So you can see there's a lot of things coming out. I have a tree peony here that you can see. I'm going to have maybe a couple of blooms. So these are blooms that are forming already on my peony tree. I might have one right here. This one is a really beautiful, like a purple variety that I really like. This one is also tree peony, but you can see I have some beautiful hellebores. Oh, and then I don't want to forget to tell you that this is Osmanthus Burkwoodii, I believe. And Osmanthus, I planted to prune them into the bowl and have evergreen specimen here, element around here, and they're already starting to bloom. They have a really nice, supposed to have really nice scent. So I'm very excited about them. They're looking really good. I only planted them last year and they were very small. So it looks like they're doing really good. And this is anemones that I planted last fall. And I think I might have some tulips here too, because there's a tulip coming out. I can't remember if I planted tulip or not, but I remember I really wasn't sure what to do here, and I decided, why not just put some anemone corms here and let it grow. So they're coming out really well. So you can see I have some daffodils. Looks like they're naturalizing. These daffodils I purchased, just to keep them in my spring containers. And then I went ahead after the season was over. I went ahead and planted around, but looks like they formed really nice clump this year. I'm very excited. They've been naturalizing, looking really cheerful and happy. And the primroses, they have been in the garden for a while. Looks like they are doing really good. Looks like it has some slug damage on them, and then also they need to be deadheaded, so I need to just come around and get that done. But I've been very first, we've been having lots of rain. We haven't had any break really. As soon as we get break, I'm trying to get through my pruning, so because I'm so behind being in the US for a month and a half. So that's what I've been working on. But I have a beautiful, I'm not sure which hellebore, but this one is really, really beautiful one. I don't know if you can see inside. It's doing really good this year. Hellebores usually, see, this guy is not a friendly guy right here. I need to, but I do need to go ahead and remove the leaves from the last year so you can see the flowers a little better, and I'll do that later. So, but I do have some really pretty ones blooming here. See, this is really nice. Some of them are already spent because, oh, look, this one. Look how beautiful this one is. And has that really pretty centers. I don't know the name of these ones because I actually found them in Lidl a couple of years ago, and I'm so glad I purchased them. Look, these are Japanese maples. Look at how they're budding. I think this one is the Oregon Sunset. See, this one it's a mix. It's pretty. And this one is a double. Love the doubles. Super pretty. Look at how gorgeous they are. This one is really beautiful. As soon as this starts starting to mature, I probably will hope I can probably start propagating them. They're really pretty. And I have lots of white ones, but I kind of wanted to show you what I have. And then I have another hellebore. Let's go this way and I'll show you really quickly. This is my new vase. I wanted to show you. I got this new vase just recently from the garden center. It was on sale, almost half price, and I thought, oh, this would be really pretty to have some primroses or daffodils just to have it for the tabletop. So let's go really quick this way, and I'd like to show you just another hellebore that is blooming. So in this area of the garden here, you can see I have lots of pruning to do. I have hydrangea trees and some roses that are not trimmed here. And I think these are the only roses that is left not untrimmed so far, except for those climbing roses. And this is the hellebore that I wanted to show you how beautiful. I think this one was the, I can't remember, Ice and Roses. I'll find them, and then George will put that on the screen. But it's doing really pretty this year, absolutely stunning. And hellebores can get really expensive if you're getting the special hybrid ones. And my idea was every year I can add one into the garden because they can be more than 20 euro here, just because it takes them a long time to mature, which is understandable. And look at the peonies. I wanted to show you the peonies that are forming buds here. Look at this. I have several buds already here that I'm going to really enjoy. I love peonies in the spring. This area, oh, we were able to get the sand, and this area still needs lots of work, but hopefully we'll get to it. Although I have lots of tulips here in these vases that I planted, and you can see they're all poking through and doing really, really well. I'm actually pleasantly surprised how well this climbing rose is doing here. This is an Amnesty International, and it's doing really, really well. it was very healthy rose for me. I am very pleased with that one. It's been only 1 year here. um, I'll do another clematis video hopefully next, because I need to come and trim the clematis. But this is evergreen clematis, and you can see how lovely all these buds are. They're starting to bud. So this is an early blooming clematis, and it belongs to #1 group. But the buds are just incredible, and I already fertilized it. It's doing really good. Super excited for this. All right, so let's go. And oh, look at this magnolia, just really quick. It's budding so beautifully. This is a fairy magnolia, and it has the most beautiful scent. Absolutely love it. This magnolia is also evergreen, which is really, really amazing. This is one of my favorite ones. Absolutely gorgeous. All right. So we start with fertilizing. So I'm going to start fertilizing this right here. So these are hybrid tea roses, and they called Boreal. This is a Tantao, I think, is the creator, and is a Japanese rose grower. And they have the most beautiful color. It's just very unique rose. Absolutely love them. They've been very finicky for me, and I'm still trying to keep them um, blooming and happy every year, but it just hasn't been easy with them. I'm going to give a little more time, just because I love them so much. I really would love them to thrive here, but we'll see how it goes on these roses. But I'm going to fertilize them today. Now, this year, just because I have so many roses, and it can be very expensive to buy rose food for all my roses. Today, at this time around, I found just the all-purpose flour. I'm sorry, I just I'm sorry, I'm seeing the food. All-purpose fertilizer that is good for the vegetables and for the flowers. So I think it's better to give something than not. And I decided to choose this year. I'm not going to be specific rose food. I'm just going to give them just a regular fertilizer, because it was very affordable for me. I think I paid €6 for almost 5 kilos, which will cover hopefully all the roses. And if not, I can get a little more. And it was just really affordable. So and also, I'm not too worried, because in the summertime, I also just keep giving them, just feeding them every, couple of weeks, a few weeks or so, to keep them blooming, and keep going with the production, flower production. So I'm also giving them water soluble during the summer. So it's okay for, I'm not really too worried if it's not a, complete rose food this time. So what I do is I'm just going to basically rake this a little bit into the soil like that. My garden has gotten so big that it's getting to be really expensive in maintenance. Like, I'd love to go ahead and mulch hopefully this year, but we'll see how it goes. It can be very costly to Okay, so I went ahead and finished fertilizing, and you can see basically all I did, I just went through the drip line like this and just kind of worked it in the soil. So everything is done here. I have a million more I have to do, but I can do that later. So let's go ahead and trim this climbing rose. So I'm going to trim this one because I noticed that this one doesn't need a whole lot of trimming. But what you're looking for the most at first, I do make sure that there is no dead or diseased branches. I would just remove them basically. And you can see for most part, I've trained the rows pretty well. The big canes are already curved, and that is a really important thing about climbing roses. When you train them to go just straight up, they will not flower for you. They will flower. It will flower only on the top. You probably get this big long cane and then just one flower on the top. So the most important thing for the rose climbing roses to trim to I'm sorry, not trim, to train the canes, either round or curved or in an angle. So most important part about the climbing roses is to make sure the canes are either on angle or curved, because otherwise you will have only one flower right on the top. If your canes are just straight, they will not flower on a cane itself. Okay, so you can see here the canes I've already trained. Even during the summer when I have a really long canes and I'd like to keep them, I would just go ahead and try to curve them or bring them into the on a kind of in an angle, because you can see if this is a good example. So you can see this cane that it's going horizontal. You can see that all of this shoots right here on when it branches out, they all will bear flowers. So that's a really important. And then all I have to do is just go ahead and trim all of these guys right here, because they will produce flowers. And then on a cane, you can see even right here that it's going to be flower. It's shooting out. And you can see every single one that is on horizontal, I have flower bearing branches that is coming out. And that's what you need to trim. So today I'm going to bring this down. Like this one needs to be trimmed. It's way too long. And then for the pruning, I forgot to mention, I already cleaned my pruner. Usually from rows to rows, you always need to wipe. I just like to use wipes, in disinfectant wipes, and I just wipe them, and I think that's fine. So here another one that needs to be trimmed, and I'm going to bring it down right here. This is okay. That's okay. Um, this one, maybe I'll shorten it a little bit. This one definitely needs to be shorter. And which one, sweetie? Oh, the willow tree. We did have a willow tree which we removed. We have a big trunk there that I'm thinking to carve. We'll see. I always get myself into projects, but if I can carve it out and make maybe succulents growing in it, would be kind of fun instead of just letting them sit like that. But yes, it was a big willow tree which was interfering with this rose bush. I think this year probably this will do really well, or a lot better, and probably will really flower because it will be more exposed to the sun without any interference. And you can see like I don't have a whole lot here that needs to be trimmed anymore, because um yeah, I think this is good. I also kind of I trim my roses as I go in throughout the season too, because I really don't like leaving it a big jumble of mess and then dealing with it later. So I kind of try to trim it throughout the season as well, so I don't have a big mess to deal with. But you can see it's doing pretty good. I don't have a whole lot to trim. this one, maybe a little bit here. Like this is pretty long. I think I'll take this one down. There's a branch. Removed. Okay, so what I did is I saw that there was this big cane that is kind of sticking up like that. I decided to curve it down again, and you can see all of these large horizontal shoots that are coming out, coming off this branch, is going to produce flowers. And as I curved, they will be growing and producing lots of flowers. So I decided to keep them. However, this one cane, does have old leaves, which is not good, from the leaves from last year. What I'm going to do is remove all the leaves because I don't want any fungus or any disease or anything left from last year to carry on this year. Okay, so this was the last leaves from last year. I want this is just a disease prevention. It eventually would have fall off anyways, but I like to remove it because what I'd like to do is come and spray this really quick as well. Actually, I'll do that right now before it starts leafing out. Um, that way, I want to make sure that has a really good and healthy start. I'll be right back. Let me grab this. Now, what I'm spraying with is the Bonide Capital Jock insecticide. It's organic. I love using this. I use that. This is the only thing I use. Or sometimes we also have a black soap here in France. They that works also really well that I use. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do today, and then hopefully within a week or next time I have a chance, what I'll do, I'll come and spray this with some copper fungicide, and then we are good to go. Of course, I still have to fertilize, but this way I'm just ensuring that there is nothing hiding on a tree or on a rose bush from previous year. In Colorado, I didn't have as much issues with the insects. I do have it in France because this is a zone 8 and a lot of bugs they just stay around, they hide it, they winterize, and then they come back out. They don't really die off. So especially with the spider mites, it's a little harder to tame them in the summertime because they can hide under the leaves, and as much as you spray, it is really difficult to kind of go around and check underneath every leaf to make sure that we get them. So I decided this year I'm not taking chances. I'll just go ahead and spray while they're still bare. They have no place to hide, and then have a good start for the year, for the season. And here I just wanted to show you before I move forward. We have anemones budding. I'm really excited. Look at this little guy. This is so exciting to me. The spring is here officially. I have a nice buds here that it's coming. It's starting to bloom. Yay! I'm so excited. And then I noticed some of the anemones here as well. They started budding. George, let's show this really quick, and then we'll go ahead and start um, uh, planting the roses. But this is the anemones that I planted last fall. Anemones are so exciting for me. I've never done it before. I think I did. I planted some last year, and they did so well. I was so excited to do it again. And this year, look at this. Isn't that so cute? They're all, I have like several buds on them. So hopefully this area here will be filled with a bunch of anemones. I don't see any uh, tulips coming out from last year, maybe a couple of them, but not a whole lot. And I didn't have tulips. I just planted all the tulips in a vase, and I decided I'll just do some anemone corums here on the base of the vase. All right, now what I need to do is go ahead and find the spots to plant two of these hybrid tea roses. I do know that I'd like to have one right here because this is a new spot that has opened since we did the project here. I went ahead and curved this area with the boxwood balls, which I think brought really beautiful formality to this area. I have some David Aston roses here, but they opened up this area here, which is now it's going to be nice and sunny. And I think I'd like to have one rose right here, and also it will be really beautiful from the all angles looking at the rose, especially if we are sitting here. And I have another spot. I'm thinking maybe the other one I can bring here. So there was, I wanted to make sure, I planted 3 roses last year. Oh, there is another one here. Yeah, it should be fine. I think I'll bring another one right here, and then there is 2 hydrangeas that are planted on this side. These are Paniculata's little star. So, all right, we'll get going with that. I'm hoping not to get super crowded here, but I should be okay. I do have a Japanese maple here as well that I planted. It was so tiny, and it's looking really good. They're all maturing really well. This one right here is called the Shoujo. It has a gorgeous, absolutely stunning spring color, deep pink leaves, really beautiful. And then also in the summertime, all the new growth is kind of into the pink and green tones, which is going to be really pretty here. But I think if I plant this particular hybrid tea, maybe right here, it should look really beautiful, and it will complete that area. And maybe the Queen of Elizabeth will go right here. Okay, so the rows I usually like to plant deep, and this is a debatable. Every area, every time, everywhere, they say different things. They like to bring soil to the same level as the root ball right here, and some people say it needs to be under the ground. So here in Europe, everywhere, what I've learned is when this part right here is the grafted area, it's better to be under the ground, just because when it's under the ground, it has more. It gives that it helps out to create more shoots and regrowth from there. So and then also when you plant deeper, you're avoiding all the suckers coming out, because roses can have suckers coming out from the root ball as well, because most of them are grafted to different root ball. And so usually I'd like to keep I'd like to plant deep and cover that area, so I haven't had a whole lot of problems that way. So that's what I prefer to do. So this is a mycorrhizum fungi. This just helps for the root development. It usually helps out for the rose to really take off and go. And might as well, since I'm here already, I can just put some fertilizer down as well, so I don't have to do it after it's been planted. And we'll just go ahead and cover up. Okay, guys, so this one is also done now. This one is going to be quite tall, I know that. We'll see if I can keep it, you know, tamed a little bit into the better height, if possible, so that it doesn't overwhelm this area. But I'm really excited. It's going to look really nice. It's all coming together, kind of feeling like it's complete with these two new roses. I hope you guys like this video. I'm keep looking at the weeds, and I have so much to take out, but I'll get to it slowly. I'll get to it and get everything done. But hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope this was helpful to you in what I do with the roses, and it was informative to you. If you have any questions, please write. I love hearing from all of you guys. I love reading all your messages. I don't pass any of them. Usually, I'm very good at responding. Don't forget to subscribe to my videos and have a great day. Bye bye.